Are you sick of VLOOKUP's endless limitations and how stupidly complicated index match is? Trust me, XLOOKUP is about to become your new best friend. In this video, you'll learn how to use Excel's XLOOKUP function to make your searches faster and easier. We're going to cover everything from the basics to advanced techniques, including how to do horizontal lookups, use wildcards for partial matches, and perform multi-criteria searches. And if you stick around till the end, you'll also learn a hack to get rid of those pesky NA errors, so your documents don't look like they were made by a rookie. First, let's understand what XLOOKUP is and why it's such a powerful tool in Excel. XLOOKUP is a search function that replaces VLOOKUP and index match with more flexibility and ease of use. Suppose you have a list of employees with their respective salaries and you need to find the salary of a specific employee. Well, this is where XLOOKUP comes into play. Select a cell where you want the result to appear, which in this case is cell E3. Now, type the XLOOKUP formula equals XLOOKUP D3, comma A2 to A10, comma B2 to B10. Hit enter and voila! Alice Brown's salary appears like magic. Let's break down this formula. D3, this is the lookup value, referencing the cell where Alice Brown is located. A2 to A10. This is the lookup array, the range where Excel should search for this value. Since we're looking for the name Alice Brown, the lookup array is all the employee names. B2 to B10. This is the return array, where all the corresponding salaries are listed. This is the range from which Excel will fetch the return value. As you might have noticed, the magic happens with these two parameters. Unlike VLOOKUP, you don't have to select your entire database or indicate which column has the data you need. You just select each range, and that's it. With this, we've already replaced VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and index match. In a moment, I'll show you what I mean with a couple more examples. But before we continue, if there's a specific Excel topic you'd like me to cover, leave it in the comments below. And if you're going to do that, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I put a lot of effort into these videos to make learning easy for you. Plus, I even made a complete Excel course for free, which you can check out through the link up here. Now that we've mastered simple lookups, let's move on to something a bit more advanced. Horizontal lookups. Let's say you have a table where the rows represent different products and the columns represent different months. We want to find the sales for a specific product, say MacBook Pro in the month of April. First, select the cell where you want the result to appear, which in this case is cell C8. Now type the XLOOKUP formula equals XLOOKUP B8, comma A1 to F1, comma A2 to F2. Hit enter and you'll see the sales for April for the MacBook Pro appear immediately. Let's break down this formula. B8. This is the lookup value, referencing the cell where April is located. A1 to F1. This is the lookup array, the range where we're searching for the month names. This range includes all the month names from January to May. A2 to F2. This is the return array, where all the sales figures for the MacBook Pro are listed. This range provides the corresponding sales figure for the month we searched for. Using XLOOKUP in this way allows us to perform a horizontal lookup efficiently, making it a versatile tool for different data structures in Excel. Now, let's see how to use wildcards to find data with partial matches. Suppose you have an inventory list and you want to find the price of a product, but you don't remember the complete code. For example, our products have codes like EH iPhone, but you don't remember the BH part and just want to search for iPhone. Select the cell where you want the result to appear, which in this case is cell E3. Now, type the XLOOKUP formula like this, equals XLOOKUP asterisk wildcard ampersand D3 ampersand asterisk wildcard, comma A2 to A7, comma B2 to B7, comma, empty quotes, comma, 2. Hit enter and you'll see the price for the product containing iPhone in its code appear immediately. Let's break down this formula. Asterisk between quotes, ampersand D3 ampersand asterisk between quotes. This is the lookup value, where we're concatenating wildcards before and after the value in cell D3 to indicate that any text can precede or follow the text iPhone. A2 to A7. This is the lookup array, the range where Excel should search for the value. Here, A2 to A7 contains the product codes. B2 to B7, this is the return array, where all the corresponding prices are listed. This range provides the return value for the matched product code. Empty quotes. This is the argument for if not found. We're leaving it blank for now, but we'll explain more about this at the end of the video. 2. This argument indicates that we're using wildcards for partial matches. Using the asterisk wildcard is especially powerful in XLOOKUP. By putting an asterisk before and after iPhone, we're telling Excel to look for any value that contains iPhone anywhere in the text. This method is very useful when you only have part of the information. Using wildcards with XLOOKUP makes your searches much more flexible and powerful. Let's see how XLOOKUP can easily replace index match in a scenario where we need to search for a value in a table with both rows and columns. Let's say you have a sales table where the rows represent different regions and the columns represent different products. We want to find the sales for the North region in the product category laptops. Normally, you would use index match like this, but with XLOOKUP, we can do it more simply and intuitively. First, select the cell where you want the result to appear, which in this case is cell C8. Now, type the XLOOKUP formula like this, equals XLOOKUP A8, comma A2 to A5, comma XLOOKUP B8, comma B1 to E1, comma B2 to E5. Hit enter and you'll see the sales figure for North in the laptops category appear immediately. Let's break down this formula step by step to understand exactly how it works. A8. This is the lookup value referencing the cell where North is located. A2 to A5. This is the range where we're searching for the region named North. This range includes all the region names. XLOOKUP B8, comma B1 to E1, comma B2 to E5. Here we nest another XLOOKUP function. Let's break down this part too. B8. This is the lookup value, referencing the cell where laptops is located. B1 to E1. This is the range where we're searching for the product category laptops. This range includes all the product category names. B2 to E5. This is the return range for the second XLOOKUP. This range contains the sales data for each region for each product category. This example shows how XLOOKUP can easily replace index match, making searches simpler and formulas much more readable and easier to understand. The big advantage here is that you don't need to combine two different and complicated functions. With XLOOKUP, everything is handled in a single formula, greatly simplifying the process. And as promised at the beginning, here's a hack to handle errors and ensure your Excel searches are always accurate and trouble-free. One of the biggest issues in Excel is handling errors when a value isn't found. XLOOKUP has an elegant solution for this. Suppose we want to avoid showing errors if the employee is not in the list. Select the cell where you want the result to appear, which in this case is cell E3. Now, type the XLOOKUP formula like this, equals XLOOKUP D3, comma, A2 to A10, comma, B2 to B10, comma, not found. Let's break down this formula step by step. D3, this is the lookup value, the name of the employee we're searching for, in this case, Peter Parker. A2 to A10, this is the lookup array where we search for employee names. B2 to B10, this is the return array, where we get the corresponding salaries. Not found, this is the value to return if the lookup value isn't found in the lookup array. Instead of getting an NA error, it will return not found. Hit enter and instead of an error, you'll see the message not found if the value isn't in the list. This improves data presentation and avoids confusion when dealing with incomplete or incorrect information. This way, your spreadsheets are always clear and easy to understand, even if some data is missing or incorrect. Pretty cool, right? We've reached the end of this video, but guess what? The wise and mystical YouTube algorithms have picked the perfect next video for you to watch to level up your Excel game. They're rarely wrong, so give it a click and continue your journey to becoming an Excel master.